Hi, everyone. It's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations, and welcome to our Thursday afternoon live. Thank you if you're here watching live. I hope you'll say hello and let us know where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I'm going to give it just a minute to let people pop in. Doesn't look like I can see comments for some reason. So, hello, everyone. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so must not have any comments yet. So, how is everybody doing? It is a cloudy Southeast Texas afternoon. Hey, Pam, how are you? Good to see you. So, anyway, I cannot believe that today is the last day of Sale-A-Bration and Leap Day, February 29th. So, do any of you know a Leap Day baby? I do. He's not a baby, but he's 15 in leap years today, 60 in real years. And so, hey, Nan. So, anyway, I know there are some that were born on that day, and it's like, whoa, February 29th, baby. So, anyway, it is a great day and just excited to share with you today. Hi, Susan. Oh, thank you. Okay, so today what I decided to do is show some of my favorite Sale-A-Bration products, just a few, and make some simple card designs and tell you how I came up with them. Really, it was no awesome design process. It was just some basics that I start with when I go to make a card. And if like I don't know what to do, I usually go to these particular layouts. And anyway, so you'll see what we're going to do. And at the same time, use some very special products. So the first card we're going to make, I'm using the Heartfelt Hellos, which has been super popular. These are some great sentiments. And this, I'm going to use this Dad, You're the Best again today on the card. I did a card on my YouTube video this week, and I decided to use it again because we've been using those as birthday cards too. Okay, so excited about using that paper again. Super easy, super simple to do, and we're going to get started here. Before we get into the card making, I want to just reiterate. Today is the last day of Sale-A-Bration, the last day you can earn product for free with a $50 minimum order. So I set my alarm on my phone. My sister and I are going to the movies tonight, and I want to place an order later. And so I cannot forget, and I don't want to forget to do that. So just here's your reminder. And also, today is the last day of my product spotlight freebie this month. So each month I pick a product that's current, either on the online exclusives or in one of the catalogs. And I just really share how awesome it is with you. And if you purchase that bundle by the end of the day today, which this month, it's the Easter Lilies bundle. Easter is coming up, next this month, well, next month, tomorrow is March, and has some very beautiful sentiments that you can use anytime, but the Easter lily is just gorgeous. So anyway, I'm going to be creating with this today as well. Just some quick cards, but I want to show you the card that you will learn how to make if you purchase this by the end of the day today. So this is called a hexagon spring box pop-up card. It is so fun to make. I have made quite a few of them. Once I started, I couldn't stop. And I want you to learn how to make it because, oh, it's awesome. And you're thinking, how do I mail that? Well, it closes up. So you can put it in a standard size envelope. It's a little thick, so you might need a little bit of extra postage, but it's okay. I just put an extra stamp on it, extra ounce stamp, and it will go through the mail just fine. So anyway, I'd love to share that with you. That's if you purchase the Easter Lilies bundle from me by the end of the day today, February 29th. Okay? All right. So let's get started here with our first card. So I'm telling you, it has been a day, and I know you're seeing my face the whole time, and I hope if it's not good, I can switch to just a single screen. So let me know if you need this bigger, okay? But I like to look at you sometimes when I'm talking to you on the live, and my program has kind of been switching back and forth between my face and the desk, and it's like, nah, I don't want to deal with that. So anyway, I made myself as small as I could over here on the right, and hopefully you can see very well here on the desktop. So let's go with the first card. Oh, I see my dies floating around, slipped out of my package. Okay, so the first card, I'm using the Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper that you can get free with a $50 purchase. So let me get it out here. I've got all my little pieces. I didn't do Post-it notes with measurements today because it's super simple. You'll be able to do this and you don't have to use these exact measurements. So what I did here, you see how I've used the cutout again, just so fun. Jackie got a birthday card with that. I think he got 2 of them, in fact. He had his 70th birthday on Tuesday, so that was fun. So what I did for this design is I start with a 3x4, okay? And this can be basic white, very vanilla, or it can be a light colored designer paper. However you want to do it is fine. It could even be dark. I could have switched it, okay? You just have to watch your elements and your colors that you put on top to make sure they show. So anyway, this, I start with a 3x4, and then I go a 1/4 inch bigger, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to layer this up, okay? All right. So let me go ahead and put this on. And I'm just going to layer this where you have that 1/8 of an inch showing all the way around. You cut it 1/4 inch larger, but it ends up being 1/8 of an inch top, bottom, and the sides, okay? So we can set that aside. I'm going to take my copper clay card base, and it's going to be a landscape card. So I'm just going to fold that and match my corners and get my bone folder and give it a good crease. Okay, so now we have that, and then I love this little print from that Trusty Toolbox, and it is going to layer over top just like that. And I can go ahead and put this on because we're just going to build up with our fussy cut tools over the top. So again, on this one, the magic formula that's not so magic is start with a 3x4 piece of cardstock or designer paper and build up from that. I like to use a background of designer paper. You could also use just the cardstock base and stamp a design on it. You can also cover the full base of the cardstock 5.5 by 4 1/4 where none of the border is showing. Okay, it's just personal preference. I do both, sometimes, some another. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to center this here in the middle of this designer paper. And I love this Lost Lagoon and copper clay combo. Very pretty. Okay, so now we have that done. Now we're just going to build up on the card. Where is my little envelope? I have all my pieces cut out somewhere, y'all. All of them cut out. So let me see if I can find them. This is craziness. Craziness. If y'all knew, I have been scampering around today, looking for things. Okay, Lisa. Okay, I may just have to cut them right now. So let me see. Let me get my paper out. Y'all, that's craziness. I had it all ready. Do y'all see it on my oh, here it is. I knew I wasn't losing it. Okay. Well, not for sure, but you know. Okay, so let's look at what I cut out here. Sorry, y'all. I've had some of my systems, my business systems, kind of crazy today, not working like they should. And that just kind of threw me off a little bit. Okay, so I have the hammer. Hey, Linda. I have the wrench cut out. And there are so many of these tools, y'all, in that paper. I love it. And then I think I'm going to do this like that. Okay. And then I cut another piece of that designer paper, Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment on that. So I need to get out my Stampin' Pierce mat because we are, well, no, it's not photopolymer, but I'm just going to stamp on it anyway. Okay. And use copper clay and stamp on it. Okay. Okay, so let's bring this back in. And we are going to put that like that. And that is just, I mean, super simple to do, but doesn't it make a nice card? I mean, really, y'all. You don't always have to do over the top. Sometimes just a clean, simple card will do the trick. So I'm trying to center that where I have room for all of my little tools. Let's get this here. I like to overlap. This little sentiment piece is die cut with one of the Everyday Details dies. That's from the mini catalog. I've been using those a bunch. Okay, let's put the hammer and then the wrench like that. I like throwing in that red, which is actually Poppy Parade. That is the red. Yes, Pam, I agree. So many possibilities. Okay, and then I decided to use some of our in color dots in the copper clay. So let me get my, yeah, where is it? Sometimes Mia puts my things back in a different place, so we're just gonna use my scissors. I was looking for my take your pick tool. She loves using the putty end of that. I just stabbed myself. Okay, let's see, where am I doing? I'm going to do 2 up here and 3 at the bottom. So as far as availability of Sale-A-Bration items, I think it's the softly stippled paper that's not available anymore, which I used. I'm making a card with that today, but you can substitute with any designer paper. Okay, so there's our card, and then we're going to open this up. I'm going to get one of my pre-cut basic white 4 by 5 1/4 sheet. If you didn't see my tip video about cutting these ahead of time and keeping them in a little, these are basic white and some very vanilla that I keep on my desk, and it's a huge time saver for when you're using it for the inside of your cards or even an outside layer. Or sometimes, like today I used it, I needed to cut a die that needed a piece of cardstock about this size, and so I just grabbed one out of there, and it needed to be white. Okay, now I had an extra tool, and when I do that, I'm just gonna, let's see, how should I put that? Yeah, I'll put it like that. And this card's going to be finished. Okay. Just dress up the inside very easily. And these are not hard to cut out if you've done that. Okay, there's our first card. So long for Sale-A-Bration with the trusty toolbox. Pick it up today if you don't have it. Whew. So good. So good for cards. And Jackie's been doing a lot of building. He built me a little table for my porch, and so these little tools have been perfect for him. Okay. All right, I've got 2 of these now. I'm going to set those aside and let's work on our next card. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, Nan, that container, I just happened upon it at Walmart. I was in just looking up and down in the home goods section of Walmart, and the, what was I going to say? The bath section, like for organizing in your bathroom drawers, that's where that was. And it totally surprised me, but I like the clear. You know, it's got a good look, clean look to it. I don't know why I'm holding it out there. I have a bracelet in there that would rattle if I had it on. But yeah, it's a great little box. Someone messaged me for the measurement, so if y'all need that, I'll try to get that up for you if you just let me know. Okay, let's look at our next card. I'll go ahead and do this one. So this has been probably the crowd favorite, and it's the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper, which I'm sure you're not surprised. Almost everyone has ordered not just one pack of the paper, but when they ordered again, got another pack of the paper because it's gorgeous, right? I'm just so glad it was still available. And I'm using the die for the lily from the Easter Lily stamp set. So the stamp set is awesome, but so are the dies. Okay, so here's the card. Okay, all right. Yes, Nan, that paper is awesome. Okay, so let me get my pieces here so I don't panic when I can't find them after a while. So I've got a piece of boho blue. I cut it 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm going to give it a good burnish here at 5 1/2 inches. I did score it. Okay, and then next I cut one of the rectangles from the Everyday Details dies that has these little dots. This is in the mini catalog. I haven't had a chance to use that paper yet, Jimmy. Yes, okay, yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. Okay, so this is a piece of that paper. So this is gorgeous, but I didn't want it to interfere with my lily. So I'm using one of the watercolor wash sides. And then, as I was saying, I cut out the rectangle from this. It was that 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. And then I used this die to cut out from the center. And I'm using that as a frame on my card. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is glue this frame to the designer paper. So the designer paper is cut the same size as the frame. So when you're using frames and you're backing it with designer paper, or say this was a color and you wanted to put basic white or very vanilla behind it, cut them the same size. To me, it makes it much easier to layer them up. You can cut it smaller if you want to, but I just go ahead and cut it the same size. And that way it layers there nicely, okay? And so I'm going to build up on this before I glue it to the card base. So next I have the lily. So the lily comes in 3 pieces with 3 dies. Let me find it. Okay. All right. So here they are. Okay. You can cut them all at one time. You can cut them in basic white and color them, or you can, is it like this? Like this. Or you can cut them in a color, which I chose Bubble Bath here. Okay. To keep that subtles going. Okay. And then there is a piece for this part. What is it? The stamen and the pistil. Isn't that what that is? And then you have 2 for the leaves, and that's the one I found on my desk while here it is. So I cut 4 of these every time I cut, and these I cut from the soft sea foam to keep that soft look. Okay, so let me put these back in my magnetic bowl. Okay, and so now we're going to assemble the lily. And for some reason, I always get glue all over my hands when I do this. So just warning you ahead of time. Sticky mess for me, because I know it's just me. Okay, here I'm going to put a little glue here. Let's see. Let me put this underneath so you can see better against the white. There we go. And then layer this one on top. So these little bottom parts, they line up, okay? So you know just how to put them together. And then we have this petal right here, and I come up about right there with it. And what's going to happen is you're going to need this little yellow piece here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that on first. So let me get a little bit of glue. And again, this is the Easter Lilies bundle that I have as my product spotlight this month. And if you order the Easter Lilies bundle from me by the end of the day today, I will send you that special video tutorial, and I'll show it again at the end of the video. All right, so I'm going to layer this here. Okay, just like that. So now we have to keep in mind that this is going to go here, and we've got some pretty robust lily leaves. Okay, so we've got to be sure that it fits on our card base. We don't want the leaves sticking off where they get bent when you put them in the envelope. Okay, so I take one of each kind, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to turn the lily one way or another. I usually don't put it straight up and down. Okay, so I'm going to kind of look at this angle, and then take these two and come down here and look at that angle, and then I just kind of play with it, and I think that will be okay. And then I'll put my sentiment on this side. Okay, so let's see if that will work. So what happens is I put this glue on, and then I get these leaves, and then I end up having to move them around some to fit on my layer here. Okay, let's see. Need to come in with that. That's going to go, put that up. Okay, so let me go ahead and put some glue, and then I can kind of play with it. With the liquid glue, you have some leeway in the stick time. So I think that's going to be okay like that. So I'm going to hold that down a bit. All right. Then let's get the other two. And I know they need to go about right here. So let me just position and see how this is going to go. Okay, center that. I think I'm going to have to push those in a bit, which is fine. You know, if you need to cover more surface area, you can always pull these leaves out and make them longer. So let's go ahead with some glue back here. And I'm coming in with them a little more than I think I need it. And I can always slide it around just a tad if I need to. Oh, down here, Lisa. Okay, so now I'm just going to hold that a bit. And I'm going to get some I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Wipe my hands. Now we're quiet today. Okay. And then see how that's going to be good. Okay. So you see there, I've got it where it's going to fit on the card base. All right, so I'm going to put a little more glue. And then I'm going to place this right here where it fits on the card front. Isn't that pretty? That pink against that blue. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to let that set for a minute. And I have a 3/4 inch piece of, it's just a strip about probably 2.5 inches long, 3 inches long. Thank you, Nan. And I'm going to stamp the He Is Risen on it in boho blue. Now, I decided not to go with white because I didn't want white on white right here. Okay, if I was doing monochromatic card where everything was really light, then it'd be a different story. So I'm stamping He Is Risen in boho blue on bubble bath. And then I'm going to take my snips and just angle and angle. Okay. All right, then I'm going to put that right there. He is risen. Let's put that there. I had a little splotch of ink there. Did y'all see that? I'm covering it up with the... Okay, and then I have this bird cut out from the designer paper. Should I with the bird or without? I used it on this one. So let's hear from you, for those in the gallery there. Bird or no bird? Put it on this one. But see, I have the lily angled differently this time. Doesn't need to go that. If I put it here, then I would need a bird facing this way, I think. What do y'all think? Bird or no bird? Let me go ahead and glue it on the base. Okay. Right, got that. And I'll go ahead and put a piece on the inside. So I'm leaning toward, me too. I'm leaning toward no bird, Linda. So I'm not going to put the bird on this one, but you know where I'm going to put it? On the inside, right? That'd be pretty. Okay, yep. That's good. I think it is too. No bird it is. I'm going to put it on here. Birds remind us of spring. Pretty little bird. Okay, so I think I need some gems on this. I forgot, I didn't do it on this one. So let me see what I have in my arsenal here. Okay, so that bubble bath is a very purple hued pink. So these, oh, Lisa, these are too pink. Okay, so let's see what else I have. I have brushed butterflies. No, I don't want that. Could always use my tried and true rhinestones. I know what I think I should use. I have these, no, white sequins. I'm saying no. No. Oh, thank you, Pam. I think so too. He goes inside, okay. Okay. I did have some, I thought I did, have some little iridescent pearls. What happened to them? You know what I'm talking about? What happened to them? There's no telling. No. Okay, I'm just going to use, okay, I'm going to look one more time for my pearls. Yeah, Nan, that's what I'm thinking, pearls, but I don't know where my pearls are. Goodness. You know, we retired these pearls, but I could use them. I don't know what happened to them. I think pearls for sure. Yeah. What do I do with them? I'm going to use these retired pearls. Since we do have the iridescent pearls, which would be beautiful if I could find them. No telling. May have used them all. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to play like I'm using iridescent pearls. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the pearls definitely. I think I'm just going to put 3. Okay, let me look on this side. See if this one with the bird on the outside. 1, 2, and 3. That's okay. All right, so we're going to go with that. So if you have the iridescent pearls, that's what you should use, unless you have some of these old pearls. I just couldn't part with them. Gotta use them. I can't fix that now. Okay, all right. So there's our second card. Okay. Okay, it looks like it froze, but hang in there. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the third card. Now this paper I don't believe is available anymore. The stippled, softly stippled, but I used it because I wanted to show you. Thank you, Pam. Okay, let me get my things out. So I wanted to show you that I'm using this sentiment from the Easter lilies. So it doesn't have to be Easter. It can be a inspirational, praying for you, thinking of you card. Okay. And you can use any designer paper, but I wanted to show you the layout here. Okay. So here is Calypso Coral, 5.5 by 8.5. Fold in half at 4 1/4 and give it a burnish. Then I picked my designer paper according to what cardstock I had, okay? And then, well, actually, I reversed it. I picked the designer paper, not knowing that it wasn't available. And it has Calypso Coral. And then this is Winter Wheat. And a lot of times I'll take just a strip. This is a good way to use your scraps if you have strips. It doesn't have, this is 1 3/4 wide. It doesn't have to be that wide. It can be 1 inch, 1/2 inch, but it just kind of breaks the designer paper here to provide like a backdrop to what your sentiment or your image is going to be. Okay. So I cut this circle from the Everyday Details, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment on it and let it be setting on there. So I chose Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart using Calypso Coral ink and stamping it in the center. Okay, so then get that out of the way. So then I am going to set this aside, let that ink set, and I am going to put this strategically. Okay, so you can put it wherever you want. I want most of the Calypso coral flowers to show, so I'm trying to leave those where I can see them. Okay, and then I know this is going to be here, so it's covering up the gray granite, which is fine, but the Calypso coral is what I want to highlight in this paper because of my card base. So let me go ahead and put this down, and then we're going to add a little bit of twine. So I'm putting this right here. And then, let's see, then I'm going to take this twine. Now, this is actually not Calypso coral twine. It is Flirty Flamingo. But I thought, because there are different hues of the Calypso coral in here, that it would look fine. And it does. Okay. So I'm going to tie a bow down here, but I want to wrap it around. So I'm going to leave my twine hanging off the edge. I'm leaving enough to where I can tie a bow. Then I'm going to take this and twirl. I'm going to go around 3 times. 2, 3, and then come back here at the bottom and leave enough. Let me get my ribbon scissors. Leave enough where I can cut off here. And so I have that, kind of adding a little bit of color to that winter wheat, wild wheat. And I'm going to tie a bow. And I'm doing all of this to this designer paper layer before I ever put it on the card base. All right, so do this. I think I want those loops a little bigger, so I'm going to kind of pull them out a little bit. And then I can cut some of those tails a little bit. And I don't mind if twine hangs below the base of the card because it curls up for inside of an envelope very easily, okay? So now I'm going to push this around by just gently tugging at it. I wanted the bow up a little bit higher. Okay, and then I'm going to put this here. So you see how that Flirty Flamingo just kind of blends in with that Calypso coral? Because it's like a peachy pink. And, you know, that's definitely what this is. Got more of an orange in it, so. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this on our card front. Okay. Now we have this piece, and I'm going to put it right there. I'll slide this over just a little bit, and I want to overlap. So I came up a little too high with my bow, so I'm going to try to just ease it down a little bit. And it'll be okay. Because I want to glue or overlap that twine with this circle with some Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's do that. I forget that you can see my face. I hope I'm not making funny faces or grimaces or anything. Okay. All right. So now Taking off the backing paper from the dimensionals. And then we're going to overlap it just a bit. There we go. Okay. Isn't that a pretty card? Of course, that die, but you could do a punch circle too. You could even cut a square and stamp that. So I have these. These are also Sale-A-Bration choices. I thought these were sold out, and I saw them back in the store just now when I was checking. So I'm going to use these. I used some different ones. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And here. All right, and here. That's pretty. Okay, so now we're going to put our inside piece on the inside. And I had thought I was going to use this leafy print on the outside, and I decided not to. It was too busy. So I'm going to use it on the inside of the card. And I'm going to slide it over there almost to the edge where you can see a scant little white border there. I'm loving the soft colors too. You know, for the holidays, so like we had all these bright colors, and I love that. But it's so nice to have options to create with, isn't it? Okay. This on the inside. There we have another card. Okay, let me try to clear off the space where you can see our 3 cards, and then I want to show you that hexagon box card again. Okay, so here's the one we made today with our lily, and then our dad card with our tools. So Sale-A-Bration is almost over. So don't wait if you are wanting to get some of these products, and there are plenty to choose from still, even some that Stampin' Up! Added just this month in February. They're still available. Some designer papers, some kits, a stamp set even. I think one of the stamp sets might not be available right now, but yeah, be sure and take a look at that and don't pass it up. And if you order the Easter Lilies bundle from me, by the end of the day today, you will get the tutorial class to make this hexagon spring box card, pop-up card. Super cute. And I'll give you some other samples using this same card design as well. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging in here with me today. Have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. And until next time, be sure to create, share, and make a difference. I'm Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations. See you again soon. Bye-bye.